I'm gonna make a sheet pan chicken dinner tonight for my husband. He's coming in from out of town. So I'm gonna show you the groceries that I got. I spent $115.52. Now this basically is kind of for just what I needed for dinner, most of it. So it looks like the first thing on here are the hamburger buns. I plan to one night just do some pulled pork sandwiches. Package of those buns cost $3.49. Looks like they had been marked down 60 cents. The chips I got, I don't know why, but I was craving salsa, so I bought a bag of chips. No, not the healthiest thing I know. $3.29 for those on the Border brand. The salsa that I got was $2.50 for that. I didn't realize here I wouldn't have bought this. The cheese dip was $5.09, so that's kind of high, and I was in such a hurry just trying to get things. I didn't pay a lot of attention. They still have this ketchup for $2.99. So every time I go, I buy one that's for a 32 ounce. Like I said, $2.99, which is super cheap, I feel like, for ketchup compared to Heinz, and it really is good. The Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce that I got for the pork was $1.98. These chicken sides, I haven't decided if I'm gonna do those with dinner tonight. They were on sale for $1.95 a pack. The cans of diced tomatoes were $1.59, marked down 70 cents. Not bad. The Coke Zero, those were $6.49 a 12 pack. And there's no way around that. That's what my husband drinks when he comes home. One of them's already in the refrigerator, so that's just something for him that I kind of have to get. The garlic cost 66 cents. The carrots were 99 cents. The one zucchini cost $1.50. The bananas already got put away. They were $1.50. I got one Vidalia onion, that was $1.13. The bell pepper was $1.89. The asparagus, that was $6.56 for just one bundle. Wasn't that much in that. Marked down 68 cents. These boneless chicken breasts, was not happy with this. They had no chicken breasts but I wanted just regular chicken breasts bone-in with skin. They did not have any. So I paid $13.25 for 3 skinless, boneless chicken breasts. Not a good deal. I did get a package of drumsticks for $3.91. That's not great either. 4 chicken thighs for $4.63, not great. This smoked sausage was $6.29, marked down 40 cents. I get those for my husband when he comes home for breakfast. I cook those up and he has those with eggs. The butter, still high, $5.99 for the Food Club brand. The creamer that I know is not good for me, I'm already aware, was $5.99. The eggs were $5.99. Okay, and like I don't think I missed, or no, the potatoes. I missed the potatoes. Let's see where those were at. Okay, $3.59 for 1.5 pound bag, so not great either. So I don't think I missed anything. Okay, and I said my total came to $115.52. So no, not great. And pretty much like I said, oh, I did miss the pork roast. That pork roast was $3.99 a pound. I got that for $11.66 for almost a 3-pound pork roast. That's what I'll be making my barbecued or pulled pork sandwiches with. Not great really either. None of these prices are great. We know that. You know, do we eat the healthiest all the time? Probably not. I do make my things homemade. I try my very best to. But there are things, like I said, my husband insists on having Coke Zero when he comes home. His sausages for his breakfast. I mean, what do? I still try to find the very best deals, but it's not always the easiest. So that's my little bit of a grocery haul today. The only other thing I bought was a toothbrush besides that. So there it is. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be getting all my vegetables washed, cut up. Same with my chicken for the dinner tonight. So I'm going to get started on that. Okay, so you saw me do my grocery haul, and I was showing you the things that I got for dinner tonight, and I said that I was going to do a sheet pan chicken dinner. I've got my chicken soaking in some salt water. That's just, and then I'll rinse that off before I cut it up. I know a lot of people don't rinse their chicken off. I do. I just don't trust it. I think that soaking it for a little bit gets off a little bit of that extra blood. And you never know when they're cutting that meat up if there's bone fragments or something on it. So I do like to clean my chicken off a little bit. That'll be the last thing I do so that I can sanitize my sink when I'm done. But I've got my vegetables cleaned. I've got potato, zucchini, a red pepper. I've got some carrots that are going to go on there and some corn on the cob that needed used up that's going to go on there also. So I'm just getting the asparagus cleaned. And for most of my vegetables, I keep a little bit of extra baking soda in an old Parmesan cheese container, and that's what I wash my vegetables with. I definitely don't trust the pesticides and stuff that I know that is on the produce that you buy at the store. So I'm pretty cautious about always rinsing everything off that I buy. If you watched my video on banana bread, I actually made that video this morning. I stopped after that and had to go to the store to get stuff for dinner. And I said in that video that I've been sick and I'm still not feeling great. My mom's been sick. I talked to her earlier and she said she's still not feeling well. Um, like I said in my video when I did the banana bread, we both went to the doctor and he said that it was allergies. And this has been going on now close to 2 weeks that neither one of us are feeling good. But anyway, okay, back to this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let that asparagus dry off a little bit more. I'm just going to start cutting up my vegetables. Start with my red pepper. I just thought a red pepper would be pretty on this and good. Get some of that inside out. Now, I've never done a sheet pan dinner like this before, so this is something different. But Johnny's home from work from North Dakota, and I always try to think of something to have for him when he gets in. And I thought this would be good. I've not used my big oven much this summer because it's been so hot. Kind of a big one. I'm not doing a lot of carrots. I think I'm just doing 4. Just something, a little bit of color on there. My asparagus. I'm not going to even cut that. I'm just going to leave that the way it is. Then I thought a zucchini might be good on it. I was afraid to buy a whole lot of vegetables for it. I was afraid that I would run out of room. I think I might. Chop those up about like that. So I plan on cooking this. I'm thinking about 45 minutes. Johnny, you're fine. I tried growing zucchini last year and it didn't work out. I grew it on the, let's see, it would be the east side of my house, and I don't know if that was the problem, if it just didn't get a lot of sun, but it didn't do well. This was just a small bag you saw earlier when I showed the groceries I bought of potatoes. So I thought I'm just going to cook them all. I am going to cut them just in half, just so I can get some good seasoning on them. But I thought this would be something good, something to try. I'm always trying to think of things to make when he comes home. And I think I said earlier when I was showing the vegetables, I was so disappointed that they didn't have chicken breasts bone in with the skin on them. I asked the butcher, and all he said was he didn't know, so he wasn't real helpful. So this is already going to be quite a bit going on here. So my plan with my chicken, I got, as I showed, a package of thighs, legs, and then the chicken breasts. I'm hoping to have leftover chicken because I would one night like to make chicken and dumplings. And with this corn, I think I'm going to just cut these. Or not. That went everywhere. Okay. So I just broke that in half. That went everywhere. Okay. And I did buy a Vidalia onion. I like the ones that are just a little bit sweet like these. It's a big onion too. I'm going to cut those not too thin. Like I said, I'm thinking I'm going to cook this about 45 minutes. So those will cook down quite a bit. Okay. So now that I have my vegetables pretty well done here and ready to go, the next thing I'm going to do is rinse off this chicken. And I honestly hate dealing with raw chicken. So like I said, I've had this soaking in some salt water. So without splattering this, I'm just going to pour off that water. Then I'm going to run a little bit of cold water in it, since I had it in all that salt water. dry it just a little. Okay. Just to rinse off some of that salt. Cut off some of that skin. Yeah, I myself think that chicken should be cleaned off. That's just me. Everybody's different. I don't like the way that skin looks. See, like on this one, there's some little pin feathers that I like to try to get off. Another reason to rinse it off. And you'd be surprised the blood that you get out of a chicken when you rinse that in that salt water. I am trying to be careful not to splatter that water as I do this. And let's see, what did I say? Oh wow. Let's see. I said that was $13 for that packet, and that was only for 3 skinless, boneless breasts. So that was not good. I've said so much that I can't believe the way the prices are. Okay. All right. Deal with that in just a minute. Wash my hands good after that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get this chicken on first. I'm just going to put it on there. See, there's not a ton of room here. A lot of chicken. Okay, so there's the chicken. And probably what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to use 2 pans. So on this other pan, I had put down just a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to do the same on that one. I'm just going to keep that out. So let's get some of this moved. And like I said, I wanted to do this much chicken. I wanted some left over on purpose. Let's see. 2 on that. Okay. This will be much better. Okay. So for the top of all of this, what I've mixed up, I've melted some butter and I've used some olive oil, and I'm going to put garlic in that. Got to have garlic. I'm going to do some Parmesan cheese in that. And some parsley. I'm going to do quite a bit of this because I want a little bit left for when I add the asparagus in there. So I'm thinking I'm going to let this cook about 30 minutes. Add my asparagus. Asparagus don't take as long to cook. So now with the rest of this, I'm just going to kind of arrange all of this on here. like this. I'm not doing the asparagus yet. Actually, I want to do potatoes, I think, first. So we're just going to do potatoes on each one of these pans. Just like that. And I had thought about cutting those chicken breasts in half, and I maybe should have, but they'll be okay. The zucchini, a few zucchinis on there. I just kind of wanted a variety of a few different things. Okay, and now I'm going to do just some peppers. Like I said, just something pretty on there. Some carrots. And if I have a lot of this left, I could even take my mom's some too. Where else? And you could do any combination of vegetables, of course, with this. And then I'm going to do, I don't like that one. I'm going to do onion on it. Like I said, these are Vidalia. I love onions, and they're so good for you. So good for you. And I don't even eat enough of them, really. So this will definitely make plenty. Like I said, my asparagus, I will do about 20 minutes before this comes out of the oven. Now, I don't plan on turning this or doing anything with it like that. Okay, good enough on that. Waiting on the asparagus. So the next thing I'm going to do, give this another stir. Stir that up good. Biggest part I want to concentrate this on is my chicken. I really wanted that skin from the chicken breast, but this grocery store here, we're so limited. Okay, so I got the chicken. Definitely want to get that corn. And you don't have to mix all this the way I did, of course. So basically the chicken is what got covered the most. And I could even, I don't know if I feel like I have enough oil on there. I'm just going to go over it with just some straight olive oil. I don't know if you can hear me congested or not. I've just had a heck of a time with this cold. Okay, so I've got my oils on there. I don't want to over season it, but I know I'm going to go in definitely with some garlic powder. Can't go wrong with garlic, I don't think. I'm going to do some onion powder. So what I'm debating is if I want to use this seasoning. It's called Kickin' Chicken. I used it one night. It had a pretty good flavor. I think I am going to use a little bit of that. There's a little bit of a spice to it. Not terrible, though. Okay. So I'm going to get both of those in the oven. Like I said, I'm thinking about 45 minutes probably on those. and I will be back on when that comes out of the oven. Okay, so I just got this out of the oven. It looks really pretty. I made sure my chicken was done. I checked it. What I did was I cooked it for 30 minutes and then I pulled it out. I had to put those pans on separate shelves, but I pulled it out at 30 minutes, switched the pans around, and at that time I added the asparagus on top of both of them. In the last few minutes I did stick them under the broiler. The only thing I'm disappointed in, like I said, is the thighs got nice looking on top, but I wish that the chicken breasts would have had the skin on them, but it'll still be good. It looks really good. I'm getting ready to make Johnny a plate here in a few minutes, so I'm going to take my mom some. So if you stayed for this whole video, I appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.